We have a guest, and you know what's so great about this show? I'm always meeting new and interesting people, and today is no exception. We have Dr. Chelsea Lineberger. Chelsea, I got that right? Lineberger. And the name of your company is Pursuit? Pursuit. And Pursuit is a physical therapy and performance organization. Do I got that right?
Yes.
We don't know each other.
We don't.
I've never seen your company.
Yeah.
So lucky.
But Julie said, you the bomb.
I like Julie.
And so, because you the
lady.
bomb, you sitting here, and we thank you for being here so much.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your company and where is it located at?
We're in Denver, North Carolina. And we opened I opened, I'm a one-man show right now. I opened in February of this year. I have been in physical therapy for just over 5 years and haven't really been working in the place where I grew up. So I wanted to bring my skills and serve the community that supported me when I was growing up.
So, first of all, those of you that are listening and you hear this nice, delightful woman, this is Dr. So, James, I appreciate if you give her a little bit of respect. You understand? Don't treat her like you treat me.
I was minding my own business.
Okay. Dr. Chelsea Lineberger, we know you're in a great growing industry because we just had a guy on last week that spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy a franchise trying to promote all of the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. Mm-hmm. So you are doing this on your own. I'm positive you will not be a one-woman show for long.
I hope not.
So kind of describe some of the services that you do. I'm looking at your website, which, by the way, did you put this together? Because it looks really good.
No, I have a guy.
You got a guy?
I have a guy.
You got a guy. Well, you tell your guy he did good on this. I like this.
You did good, Nathan.
Yeah.
It's a lot nicer than your YouTube channel.
Cold-hearted around here, Doc. Cold-hearted. So walk me through some of the services that you provide, because most of us don't know what you do.
Sure.
As big and as broad as this industry is becoming quickly, it still is pretty new. So kind of walk us through it.
So I describe what I do as bridging the gap between injury or pain and doing what you love, right? Whether that is fitness, whether that is hiking, whether that is some specific particular sport, my job is to bridge that gap. Because oftentimes we see in physical therapy, we leave people back at what we call the prior level of function. So you see that acronym PLOF all the time in PT. And the truth is that their prior level of function is where he got hurt or where he got injured or where he got sick. And so we have to find a way to build that bridge between where we were injured and what we're going to be doing afterwards, right? We've got to be better than baseline. And so that's what I wanted to bring to the area is that next level of physical therapy that ties in the performance aspect of whatever my patients want to do. You
know, it's interesting that you say that, and honestly, about a year or two ago, I probably wouldn't have understood what you meant, but I those people that listen to the show know I rode my bike a lot. I lost about 80 pounds riding the bike, and I stopped doing that because my middle finger, I would ride the brake, and it really has bothered me a lot, and so it's taken away something I enjoyed, which was riding the bike.
Sure.
So I get it, right? I get your statement that you're making, and now magnify that, a knee or an elbow if I'm playing tennis or whatever.
Sure.
And I could now see where up until now I wouldn't even know that somebody could help with it.
Right. Yeah. I have athletes. I have CrossFit athletes. I have golfers, I have baseball athletes, I have youth, I have adults, I have moms that just want to get on the floor and play with their kids and be able to pick their kids up when they come running at them and not have shoulder pain. So that is a huge spectrum of people, but the truth is that there's got to be some aspect of fitness that comes into it and strength and conditioning to help bridge that gap. And that's what I think the PT world in general as a whole is missing, is that piece that ties fitness and strength into everyday life.
So is there drugs in this too?
No.
I mean, no drugs.
No drugs.
You see the way she smirked at me when I said
No
that?
drugs.
Because I was thinking the only way she's going to solve this problem is going to be some pills.
No drugs.
No drugs needed.
No, I tell people all the time. I have a lot of patients that come to me and they say, I don't want to have surgery and I don't want to have pills. I'm like, awesome. I can't offer you those things. I can't do. I'm not a surgeon and I don't prescribe medication. So you're in the perfect place because I'm forced to find a way to teach you to make your body heal itself.
Right.
Right? Let's find that catalyst that helps your body into that healing process. And we don't have to take that extra stuff.
Okay, Doc.
It's not necessary.
Now, I know. Let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, you do look like you're about 20, right? But
Thank you. Thank you.
We don't have to go back to 1962, but you didn't wake up on a Tuesday and say, I want to help people, did you? Like, give me your background. Or did you wake up and walk me through your background?
Yeah, so I think I took probably what is called like the classic steps to physical therapy school. In undergrad, I majored in exercise physiology, so that's a pretty like solid like classic step to PT school. Most people are in some sort of sciences background, but I actually want to go to med school, and I had an advisor at Appalachian State who said, I don't think you're going to like med school. I'm going to burst your bubble, and I think you're not going to like it. So let's get you in the offices of other people who might be better suited for you. And she sent me...
You want to send them a thank you card.
Oh, Dr. Sargent Jones. I don't think she's at Appalachian anymore, but she is. She's awesome. Yeah, so she set me up with a PT in Boone, and I fell in love with it. So that was really cool. And so from there, I just started shadowing people, and that's what set me up to go to actually apply to physical therapy school.
So you're always going to have some kind of medical field or something.
Yeah, I was always
right?
going to be somewhere in the healthcare field.
She's going to help somebody, James, unlike me.
When she talks about what she does with her job, it makes me feel bad for what little I do in the world. I feel insignificant, like I'm wasting my time spinning my wheels.
Well, when I hear you talk, Chelsea, it's kind of like this refreshing. There is a solution to these problems, right? Because
Sure.
most of us, at least my generation, we're just kind of like, we'll figure out a way to work with it.
Yeah.
And you're saying, I can help you work through it.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason we should stop life in order to get rid of pain. We're certainly able to find a way to train with that and around it a bit. Because if you lose fitness in the meantime, then you're still starting before where you wanted to be.
We got to go to break, but this is going to be a really tough question. What's like the average time it takes for somebody to see that this is working for them, right? That how much time should I plan on investing so that I can see there's light at the end of this tunnel?
I tell people average of 6 to 8 weeks. That's an average. Obviously, sometimes acute things are a little bit shorter. Sometimes chronic things are a little bit longer. But 6 to 8 weeks gives us a good chance for you to see that your body has the ability to heal itself.
Right.
There's always going to be a little bit of maintenance into it, but 6 to 8 weeks is a solid time to figure things out.
Okay. Let's take a break. When we come back, I'm going to ask you, what's it like to start a business like in the worst possible economic time to do that?
Okay.
You are listening to Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's Friday morning, say it, James. Say it.
Your business matters.
You got to learn to say that with a little bit of attitude.
Your business matters.
Yeah. We'll see you right. We'll be right back. And we are back. This is Local Biz Now. I am Joe Vagnone. If it's Friday morning, your business matters. And I've been making fun and picking on James and Isaiah all morning long. I've been like aggressively picking on Isaiah this morning.
I assume it's the black powder coffee that's doing it.
I might have had
I'm going to write that.
a little bit too much of that this morning. I'm here with Dr. Chelsea. Doc, thank you for being here.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
And I am blessed that Julie ran into you. I see now why she wanted to have you on the show. As you know, this is a small business show, so let's do just a little bit of that. Tell me about starting your business. What does that look like, and why did you choose to do it now?
So I was honestly, I wanted to be in the community that I grew up in. I kind of always knew that I was going to end up back there eventually. But I was working in Fort Mill, South Carolina for just over 3 years. And I was sort of tired of driving an hour each way.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
And so I pulled the trigger, and at the end of 2021, I left that position and decided that I was going to open my own place in Denver. And all the pieces sort of fell together nicely. I found a space that I liked in a location that I liked. And I have a really great network around there. I have my family is there. I grew up there, great support system. And so it felt like the right time for me to pull the trigger and send it.
I had you remind me of my sister, right? You guys are probably about the same age, and she's a therapist.
Yeah.
And I could remember she's working for the hospital and hating every minute of it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I kept saying to her, go start your own. Get started. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm scared to do it. I'm scared to do it. I need 12 clients before I can make the same money that I'm making now. Where am I going to go get 12 clients? Well, 5-6 years later, she starts her own clinic. In less than 2 years, she's got over 120.
Woo.
So you remind me of that. I can see this business being, I know you're nervous and scared getting
Yeah,
started.
of course.
I know that, right? But I just see success really just a door away, you know, a day away. And so keep at it, because I can see that happening. And as far as I'm concerned, you might as well start looking for some new
A larger space and some help.
and some
She's
help.
gonna
right
need a
away.
Julie.
Yeah.
Yes.
But let's talk a little bit about the things you do. Like, I'm on your website.
Yeah.
Isaiah's pull up her website. She's got these 3 things. Dry needling.
Yes.
What is that?
So most people know what acupuncture is. Dry needling looks like acupuncture, and then we use the same tools. We use the same type of needles acupuncturists use. The difference is that I have a different set of rules or ways for determining where I put the needles, right? Acupuncturists have a set of rules, and they follow the meridians and the energy channels that they have laid out in the body. I typically go for the dysfunctional tissue, right? The tissue that I've deemed dysfunctional based on my assessment, and that's where I put the needles. We use a little bit of stem in there. It brings blood flow, helps stimulate healing, can help stimulate the endocannabinoid system that we have in the body to reduce pain. It's a pretty potent technique.
Okay.
Do you see
Slow
that
down,
blank
Doc.
stare in his eyes?
Yeah, slow
By the
down,
time
Doc.
you got
Don't-
to what'd you say?
Endocannabinoid.
Yeah.
Endocannabinoid. You got that,
Doc,
Joe?
Doc, don't be using the
Sorry.
big words now. Come on now. Come
It's
on.
our it's our built-in pain relief system.
Okay.
Oh.
So let's do another one. I want to get through these now because
Yeah,
you got some more.
go.
Spinal manipulation and mobilization.
Yeah, so those are hands-on techniques that we use to help joints move better, help reduce pain, and help improve function.
Does it matter the age group of this?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Everybody
Okay.
has a spine. Everybody has joints.
Manual therapy. Did I miss something?
Everybody has a spine. Everybody has joints.
I don't think
That's what I'm
Isaiah
taking
does.
away from this.
All right, I ain't got time for you guys to be joking. I got 2 more things I want to hear about. Manual therapy. What is that?
So that just describes a huge array of techniques that I would use with hands-on, right? We can talk about like soft tissue mobilization, massage type things, any type of like decompression tools, or anytime I've got my hands on the patient using those techniques to progress their rehab.
And so, and then you talk about exercise, but this is specific where you're going to say you're going to do this
Yeah.
for this particular purpose, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we're going to, through that assessment, we're going to find a weakness, or we're going to find restrictions in range of motion. And so your exercise homework that I send you home with is specific to those things we find in that assessment.
So thank you for doing that. I appreciate it. And I
Sure.
really encourage you to go to the website. Listen, it's clear to me that you know what you're doing, right? And that's important when we start talking to people about that. My son used to play lacrosse, and he had these friends of his that would take these electronical things and a sticker and stick it on their muscle joints.
TENS devices.
Yeah.
What is that? And do you do any of that kind of stuff? I'm not quite sure it works, to be honest with you. It just looks like you're shocking them. I don't know. Can you?
So it's a version of electrical stimulation to the muscles. Very superficial because you take those sticky pads and you put them on the skin.
Right.
We can use them for several different reasons. There's some evidence we can use them to help stimulate those muscles just to kind of not reprogram, but just teach the muscles to work more coordinated.
Right.
I don't use the sticky pads. I use those TENS units on the needles. We talked about the dry needling earlier.
Yeah.
I have a little alligator clamp. It goes right onto the needle, and we can get through several different tissue layers to get into that full muscle belly rather than just that superficial stuff that you see with the TENS. There's nothing wrong with those. I just use it to a little bit deeper level.
So we've only got about a minute left. If somebody wanted to reach you, how can they reach you?
So my website is pursuitphysioandperformance.com. I also try to post some nice reels on Instagram. So if you want to see me teach you about all sorts of different things in the body, I'm happy to do that. It's also on Instagram. It's Pursuit Physio and Performance.
How many followers do you have? More than 28?
Yes, more than 28.
Oh.
I think I have like 200.
You guys just make me feel bad. All right. If it's Friday morning, somebody's picking on Joe. We'll see you next week.